Okay, welcome guys. So today I'm gonna be doing a honest review about today's physics exam. So today's physics exam dated March 5th, physics exam, and I got set 2. Okay, so before we start on with the honest review about the physics exam, I would like to introduce myself. I am Parth Shah, studying in Chinmaya Vidyalaya, and I live in Chennai. Yes, I just wrote my exam and came home, had my lunch and freshen up, and here I am ready to make the video. Okay, so in a nutshell, the paper was very difficult. For average student, the paper was kind of difficult, and even for above average student, the paper, he would have found the paper challenging paper. Now there are many reasons for this paper being extremely hard. Firstly, none of the expected questions were even asked, and by expected questions I mean questions like lens maker's formula, glass prism, optical instruments, cyclotron, moving coil galvanometer, atoms and nuclei, and also dipole moments of magnet and magnetic effects of current, Biot-Savart's law, and the dipole moment in axial and equatorial planes. None of them are even asked. So I have a honest feeling about this is that the 5 marks and 3 marks were asked from parts of the chapter which are considered not very important, and thus we are not trained for answering these questions. But most of the questions from 3 marks and as well as 5 marks were asked from these sets. And the second problem with the paper is that the pattern of the paper is not set according to the sample paper. The sample paper had a different pattern from what we have seen today in this exam. So in today in set 2, you'd have seen physics exam set 2. I just wrote this exam. So in set 2 you would have seen a lot of numericals which are actually very tricky. None of them are direct formula based, which makes them extremely difficult. I like to stress upon this direct formula substitution. If it doesn't work, these problems are extremely difficult. And so the derivation part of it also was not straightforward, which actually makes the whole paper tough. And derivations part of it then come from these two books, Physics Part 1 and Physics Part 2, as we would have prepared for the board exam just by these books. But honestly I feel that the paper was not set according to NCERT level. It was set according to some of the questions for JEE mains level. The paper in a nutshell was again very difficult. I myself was expecting 95 above, but now after seeing the paper I am just expecting around 80 or 85. I am not very confident about the paper. I just hope that CBSE doesn't do this for the chemistry and the maths exam as well, because a lot of people found the paper extremely difficult. And I wish that CBSE brings moderation for the physics exam, because it was actually very difficult. So I hope CBSE brings moderation for these papers. And this is not a paper which an average student can solve very easily, and even above average student will find it extremely challenging. And most of the questions were actually non-direct, and this was cause for concern for this exam. And on the third problem of the paper, the first problem being it didn't follow the pattern, second problem being none of the expected questions were asked, and the third problem being that the sets didn't have the same questions, which means usually set 1, set 2, set 3 and set 4 have the same questions, but the order is just jumbled. But in this exam, the sets had 60% different questions. Yes, I analyzed them and I found that they had 60 or around 55% of different questions. This made set 1 extremely easy, while it made set 2 and set 3 extremely tough. So this will bring down the marks of set 2 and set 3 students. I hope that the correction is lenient and there is moderation given before this physics exam, because it was actually quite difficult. And this is not scripted at all. I am just saying things out of my mind as it comes out of my mouth. And this is a completely honest review. I've just come home and I'm just freshen up and here to make the video. I just hope that this this video helps you a lot. And please like, share and subscribe and do all this good stuff for more honest reviews about computer science, biology, entrepreneurship, chemistry and the mathematics exam. If you want, I can also release one for all the commerce subjects as well. And all the best for the next exam being chemistry for the science students and accounts for the commerce students. Fine, all the best.